who do you think will play FSU in the ACC title game? Because FSU is all but a lock for the ACC championship, and there's a lot of chaos underneath Florida State right now. The question is, who's going to play Florida State? And you look at Louisville's schedule. We just talked about how Louisville probably landmine in there, at least one landmine that they're going to lose to because they're just not. It's Louisville. But that doesn't necessarily mean Louisville still won't get there to Charlotte, because the ACC right now is kind of a crapshoot. If you look at the ACC standings, there's some surprising teams right now in the top when you look at the conference standings. So who do you guys think will be that team that can play Florida State at the end of the year?
Honestly, probably Louisville. Their schedule is very favorable. If they can get through those Virginia schools, there's no stopping Louisville. They're going to be in, basically. Louisville, maybe Miami or UNC can put it together if Louisville's able to, lose a couple. But I think Louisville, they control their own destiny right now. So, and their schedule's favorable. So it's looking like maybe an FSU Louisville kind of game.
Louisville will take another ACC loss, but still make the championship game. They
because
will lose another game, but they'll still get there.
Yeah.
Are we completely done with North Carolina? Are we wiping North Carolina out because they're mathematically
with the way
still
they're
in the picture?
playing, man? With the way they're playing, they're bound to lose another game. I just don't, unless they just drastically improve. I mean, how do you lose to Virginia and Georgia Tech? Not only did you lose to Georgia Tech, you let them get 600 yards on you and score 46. Georgia Tech is not known as a top 5 offense, so I think they definitely have another loss baked in there somewhere. And Louisville's schedule is just too favorable, man. I don't see it. There's just no way, unless Louisville has an absolute collapse, which I don't suspect happening. I think it's FSU and Louisville, and I think FSU will run away with that game.
Brom has shown us he knows how to win in divisions that are wacky, hence all his Big Ten West experience. So I think he brings that now over to the ACC.
My God, you're right, Gonzo. The Big Ten West prepared him for this.
And then plays the juggernaut in the conference championship who beats him by 40, but who cares, because you weren't supposed to beat FSU anyways. You still go play in a solid bowl, maybe win 10 games.
FSU's going to the playoffs this year. Even if they lose a game in the season, I mean, they're probably going to win the championship game. FSU is going to the playoffs.
I mean, imagine if ACC still had the division set up right now. Because if we had the old Coastal right now, I think the leader in that division would be Virginia Tech, right? Virginia Tech was in the Coastal, and they're 3-1, and then everybody else got 2 losses. It's like that would
Georgia Tech.
Oh my God,
it's beautiful.
That
Coastal
would be
chaos,
beautiful.
baby.
RIP Coastal Chaos. The Big Ten West has taken that torch. We'll get to them later on. That's going to be fun. But yeah, I agree with you guys. UNC's final 3 games in ACC play: Duke, at Clemson, at NC State. That's tough. You're right, Zan. I think another loss baked it in there. Really quick, though, are we completely writing off Duke or Miami?
Miami's got a shot. But I feel like with Mario Cristobal's track record, not being a very good game manager, I feel like they're going to choke one away somewhere in there. Yeah.
Well, Miami still has to play Florida State and Louisville.
So if Miami's able to beat Louisville, they got a shot. But they got to beat FSU too.
That's the problem.
I'm writing off Miami. When FSU smokes them in Tallahassee, they're going to quit. And my Boston College upset at the end of the year is going to come to fruition, maybe to get them the bowl eligibility and get that over to hit. But I really think Miami, and this is from when I rooted for them back when I was a teenager, right? They find a way to get in their own way. Way going to overtime 2 years in a row against Virginia. And then not only that, they had all their timeouts and chose to knee the ball out with Tyler Van Dyke in at quarterback, not what's his face, I can't remember the guy's name, Evan Williams or whatever the quarterback was. So all that to say, bringing it down a notch, I have more faith in Louisville than I do in Miami. Or we're talking Duke here. I even have more faith in Duke than I do in Miami.